This is a 18 plus
All right.
stream. Viewer discretion is advised.
Uchi.
Titties.
Nipples.
Taxes.
Labia majora.
How dare you?
Medulla oblongata.
Fornication.
That's in the brain.
The
Medulla
mitochondria
oblongata
is the
was a part of the
powerhouse
muscular
of the
tract.
cell.
Everybody Wang Chung tonight.
And jizz popcorn. Okay, let's get
Oh,
started.
God, no.
Why do you have to go there?
Well, as the party spots a centaur woman named Laurel kneeling by the water, Poppyseed approaches her to speak before any more bullets are let loose. She explained that the children that came from the lake aren't necessarily dangerous, but they have unfinished business, and she's trying to help them. When the conversation between Laurel and Poppyseed turns a bit sour as there's a disagreement about the usefulness of magic, Laurel's wild magic lets loose, turning her completely blue. After some more discussion and Poppyseed wanting to help, he and Laurel teleport to the sky city of Lunal, meeting with Marilyn, and began a search for Ugasis, while Laurel met with a teacher at the magic school to help her control her magic. Meanwhile, the rest of the party made their way to the Druid's town. Avoiding a section that looked particularly spidery, they settled for a few nights before reaching the area where the town would be. However, they were swiftly ambushed by a team of druids and questioned about why they were there. Responding that they were trying to awaken Cinera, the party were led in to the town and shown a room with ancient texts, and were told that with all of the druids' efforts, they were still unable to contact Cinera after all of these years. With the party offering to give it a go, the druids allowed them to access the texts. And with the die cast, that is where we begin tonight.
It is indeed. So, bless you.
I'm dead.
Gazunta.
Quit dying.
Honestly, at this point, I'm just running on an it is what it is.
Be like it is because it do. Um, as you all do some research, you are periodically checked in on by some curious onlookers. Though like no one really interrupts at all. Um, you are able to find out a few things. Um, you end up learning that really not only is she the goddess of nature, but also she is considered the other half to uh Zedia, so to speak, in that she um helped out with birth and rebirth. Um God damn it, guys. I switched back to looking in the fucking chat and just see that fucking orange. I should not have looked back in there. Um fucking you through all the scrolls and the text and everything that you begin reading through, you find that these are a people that back before the world was thrown into a bit of chaos, they were a people that lived alongside and with nature. It very much so held like animal sanctuary sort of vibes. Any animal that was hurt that needed to seek help or wanted to seek help and healing, it could go to them and get said help. They would as well as if they found anything that was hurt, they would heal and release sort of thing. They were very much so also people of a if you are going to harm an animal, you don't to them one of the worst sins was killing for sport, basically. To you use all of the animal. You only kill for what you need to eat, and use, and what you do kill, you use all of it. The furs, the flesh, the bones, every part of it. And there's even there's sections in there that talk about certain different animals and how that whole process is. And it's not just processing the animal, but it's also the prayers that are said while doing it, the well wishes to the animal that you give it when and the thanks that you give it when it takes its last breath, the candles that you light in thanks for the food that is now provided. Like the whole shebang is written in these texts. But there's also texts on how Sinra is the only one that's allowed to on a different side of things, handle the sparks of life, is what their texts say. I'm bouncing around a little bit, but I'm bouncing around as it's recoming to me. In that they believe that a life spark isn't a soul, isn't a being yet, until Sinra's done something with it, until it is placed into something. Then it becomes a animal soul, a person soul, a plant soul. Once she deems what it goes to, that's when it is finally something. Before that, it is just like a life spark, a life essence, if you will. And that she is given them by Zedia. It mentions in a couple different places in the scrolls and things that you guys are reading, certain areas for sacred worship, or that the elders are only allowed to worship. It never gives direct details of exactly where they are. But you do kind of putting 2 and 2 together of like different texts. You can tell one of them is somewhere in the somewhere in the temple that you guys are at. You also end up at some point reading of an event that used to happen where people would have these dreams telling them where to go, and only then would you be able to find and pass through the gates to Senra. Um, what else? Um, I think it would be. Do any of you have any pointed questions?
Is there any sort of map or like some sort of document where a map could be made from the information?
Of what like just the area as a whole, or
Yeah, so we could try to
like the forest.
Yeah, so we could try to kind of like locate where the trees are at.
There aren't any. So there are maps. Yes, you do have maps of the forest, and there are and like the mountainside. There are ones that even like locate the temple area that you guys are at too. And you can see like the lake labeled on the map and everything. There you wouldn't be finding anything that says a direct location of those the gates, the 2 trees. What you would be finding, however, is almost a few different like contradictory passages on this person had said that they had seen them here, this person had said that they had seen them there. So there are a few like he said she said in these areas sort of thing. But you don't anyone that is said to like have definitely gone through the gates and spent time with Sinra. Never in any of those sections is there a description of where the trees are.
Is the white stag still with us?
Not in the building. Like you would have been told by the stag that yeah, he'll stick around, but he's not in the building area.
Might be an idea to ask him if he knows where the trees are.
Well, he had told you guys that he does know where the trees are, but that they're closed. That normally he had told you guys that normally he can get in and out of them, like himself, and he has not been able to.
Mm-hmm.
You might not have
In
been
these
there for that one,
tablets-
Malty.
I
In
don't
these
think I was.
tablets, is there any because I remember you mentioned that there were some things that only like high-ranking people could get through. Is it mentioning like rituals that allowed them to do so, or anything like that?
Basically, it was secret. It's secret areas that some of the higher ranking druids would go into to do some of their more higher worships.
So do we shake down a
not
druid for higher worship?
you do know by like context clues and stuff that one of them is somewhere in the building that you guys are at, but you don't have exacts, just that you've been able to figure out, hey, this building should have one of those places in it.
Well, if we don't know, may as well ask the locals.
Being druids, though, it's probably in one of two places. Either on the roof, where it's open air and clear skies, or in the basement, where it's closest to the earth, is my guessing.
I'm gonna follow your lead on this one. Little outside my area of expertise.
Hey, I'm taking guessing. These are a different type of druid than me.
Gotcha.
For me,
Oh.
for the type of druid that I am, it's usually primarily on the roof where open access to the skies where we can fly.
Well, Incineroar is the one, the spark of life into things. I would think that it would probably be closer to the earth, as all life does come from the ground. At the very least, place to start.
That, or is there a druid's grove here in the grounds?
Possibly.
In these texts, Croven, is there potentially anything hidden away in the druidic language at all?
You would have come across a few things that would have been in Druidic. They would have been more, what's the best way to... Any of the texts that were more direct in, who handled what in, it basically like rank and who took care of who when and whatnot. Those more pertinent things, more private things, if you will, would have definitely been in Druidic. You would definitely be able to tell that, like the room that you guys are in, like all that paperwork, it definitely doesn't have the most recent stuff.
Is any of the locals here at all?
They're kind of wondering about doing their own thing. Like occasion, you guys are in basically an area that has one of the like main hallways attached to its doorway, sort of thing. So every once in a while, you would have been popped in on by someone that was just making sure you guys were like still okay or needed anything. But you'd be able to hear people passing by occasionally. You would also know, because of the way you would have been led in, that there's a main area that's pretty easy to get to.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let them know. These aren't the most recent records. They only go up so far. Maybe asking, for access to read the most recent stuff, might shed some further light, or help tie up some answers and clues. What do you reckon?
Well, the most recent records. Where is my notes? I've got to find the name. I know I put the name somewhere. Where to go? Oh no, I thought I named them in this. I did not. Well, that teaches me for not double checking if I named something in something I wrote ages ago.
Hmm. The people that are going around and the likes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask them. Ask one of them that. Can you bring us the head druid, please? Or can you take me to him? One of the two, or them? Sorry.
There's a little nervousness. As a couple of them look at each other and go, "We did mean for you to meet her. But it's only come to our attention that we can't locate her."
Right. And where was she seen last?
Oh.
She was seen last uh, she had had an early dinner because she said that she was going to go give more fervent devotions. We checked in with the chef to see if there were any more meals in between that dinner and now, and it turns out Astrid's meals haven't been called for 4 days. It's not necessarily completely unheard of, because sometimes she will go out or get wrapped up in whatever she's doing for some time, but usually she at least tells someone or leaves a note for someone of exactly where, like, what sort of thing she's going off to be doing. And her usual areas for devotion are have been checked.
And she's not there, right?
Correct.
Right. Now we know from some of these texts that you have places around here that are only for the high druids, right?
Yes.
Where are they? Because if you want us to find your Astrid and wake up Sinra, we've already woken up one god. And if you want our help in waking up Sinra, you're going to need to be a bit more forthcoming with the information. We can't do all this off guesswork. So, if you want us to find your person, and you want us to help wake up Sinra, where would they have gone? So we've got an idea there's one here somewhere in the temple. There's a few others dotted around. And before you ask, we know that because I can read Druidic. I'm a Druid myself.
She's Sorsha's out with the lions. Noreen. Those are one step under Astrid.
Right? And you're still stood here. We don't know where those areas are, so it would probably be easier and faster if you could send someone to go get them and ask them to come here politely. Obviously,
Certainly. Yes.
obviously explain the situation so they don't think we're just being rude. But obviously, like I said, that you know where these areas around here are better than we do. You can get there faster than we can, and they can get back faster than we could probably get there anyway. So it'd be easier in the long run and give us a better chance of finding your high druids if they came here.
I'll certainly. I'll be right back. She kind of shuffles off to someone else. Yeah, they exchange some words, and then she shuffles out through a doorway. And there's a little bit of time. Do do do. Before you are greeted by a very dark green skinned, quite long pointed ears, red hair, woman. She's got horns that come up and kind of curve back a little bit, that are also green as her skin. And she walks over to you all and goes, so which do you find more pertinent? The area, the person, the papers? I've been informed of multiple wants. And I can help you. What the fuck, you dumb cat?
Is that in
Sorry.
character or?
Oh my god.
First off, he's a panda.
Hey.
Get it right.
Hey, Calco's only an onion. Leave her alone.
I thought you meant to love animals.
There we go. Chungus just being an idiot and knocking things down.
Chungus be chungusing.
Chungus be chungusing. Usually you're not the menace. Usually it's the other one. I got distracted by Chungus destroying things. Crap. Oh yeah, so she came over, and she goes, excuse my lack of immediate worry of the person who is not available to see you right now. But is it pertinent of the person that you must see? Is there a way I can possibly help or show you?
Well, do you know
To
where the hidden ritual sites are around here? Like we know there's one here at the temple.
I do in fact know where all of our ritual sites are. I do know one of them is currently filled with a couple of the older members. We have two groups running here side by side.
Mm-hmm.
We have Astrid, who is the head of ours. And then there is a Cedar, and he is the leader of the other group, though we work hand, we coexist, though we handle different things. We are the bookkeepers, where we have found that the males just can't simply bookkeep to save their lives. It's amusing when they try, actually.
Leveling a very flat stare at them for this one. Chou being male and very good with the books.
Fudging them?
I plead the fifth.
Nonetheless, Cedar, Gareth, and Owen are at one of the sites. And I don't feel like it would be appropriate to interrupt them. So I will not directly take you to that site. I have a couple others that I could show you. You mentioned the one in the temple. How are you all with stairs and tight loops?
Not wrong with me.
How tight are we talking? I'm not
It
exactly
is.
what you would call a slim individual.
It is a spiral staircase.
What's the worst that can happen? Just roll all the way down? It'll be fine.
Get stuck is the worst that could happen.
Oh yeah, for you. Make sure I'll go before you though. Or I could go before you and just give you a push.
If he falls, you can ride him down like a sled.
Exactly. Then we can sit down and go wee.
How could this possibly go wrong?
Exactly.
Could go wrong because I could cast grease and make sure you go extra fast on the way down.
Sounds like
See,
a
you won't get
plan.
stuck. To be greased up.
Mm-hmm.
Grease your local turtle today.
Why does that sound so wrong? Yet so funny.
Gonna go grease the turtle, don't mind me.
BRB on my way to grease my turtle.
You're gonna fucking what?
Forget holding on to a greased pig, try holding on to a greased turtle. Like a cheeseburger.
I mean, I would assume greasing a turtle is drinking coffee because you have a turtle head poking out. You drink coffee, it just.
Oh my gosh.
Should we? Should we all go check out this first site?
As well.
She gives a nod. And Let's go right this way then.
Mhm.
And she proceeds to lead down a few hallways. There is a couple different flights of stairs that you guys go down before you guys hit the main flight of stairs. Which are the ones that she mentioned prior. And the door to this staircase, not only is it in basically back rooms, forgotten hallways sort of vibes. But the doorway to it is also behind like old tapestry. These halls, there are definitely lots of different tapestries with depictions of foresty, sort of viney looks to them.
Is the tapestry over the door? What's on it?
The tapestry over this door happens to be of a particular face with a lot of plant and vine around it. Where is the art?
And the tapestries either side of the door, or the ones closest to either side of the door.
The ones closest to like either side of the door are more so generic earthy tones in um woven fancy patterns. Darker, deeper greens with some different browns. Um
That's that idea out the window.
um those are not what I. So minus the lion, down some of the halls are kinda this feel. Where it's kind of the leafy sort of vibes. Um Here's another one that would kind of be appropriate for down the way. Again, lots of greeny, foresty, kind of florally. Um, but um, I forgot. I don't have. Oh, you know what? I don't have her in green yet. So you're getting the inspiration art of her. Um, but the one directly over the door is this face. This Sinra's face.
UTO.
But with a lot of um leafiness and vininess around her. Very like a lot of the art that you find for the Green Man. If any of you know that. Here's an example. Here's an actual. Whoops, not the same one. No, do the other one. I didn't want to do the same one twice. Yeah, leafy, viney around the face sort of thing. So in this case, it's her face with her horns and fleurs in her hair still. Very much so those vibes on the tapestry that is over this door. When the door is opened, it is a waft of murky mossiness. Not in a gross way, but in an overpowering way.
Kind of smells like home. Oh yeah.
That inhale came in so clear.
I'm so glad.
Shocked at how clear that came through.
I'm not.
Big frog breath.
This feels like it'll be icky in my feathers. I don't like.
You can always
We
have
can
a bath
always-
afterward.
Yeah, we can hose you down. It'll be fine.
I think the dragon would like this though.
Listen to your dragon kind.
It's officially a D&D session. Lulu did her thing that Lulu always does when she tries to suffocate me.
Go.
That's it.
Oh, who did?
Whoa.
Hello,
Hello?
Mr.
Hey,
Obama.
Don't perish. I exist.
Welcome back.
The fuck happened?
He died. I think.
I got better.
He got better
Uh,
though.
My
He walked it off.
my mic shit the bed, so I had to disconnect and reconnect.
Welcome back.
Were you trying to speak at any point?
Throughout, yes, but is inconsequential.
I am sorry for your loss.
L plus ratio.
I feel disrespected.
Like perish, man.
But surely to be disrespected, you got to have respect in the first place.
No, that's just rude.
I shit my pants in your general direction, sir.
Keep it up. I'm gonna shit your pants for you.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a butthole and I'm not afraid to use it.
That's it. Temple falls, everybody dies.
Thank God.
Don't worry.
New campaign. Let's go.
Nope. No
And
new
that's
campaign.
the
You can make
reign of
new
Death Agenda.
characters because Poppyseed's not with you. Fuck yeah.
Oh fuck! New group. Let's go.
Fuck it, we ball.
Fuck it, we ball.
Try, I've got ideas for new characters.
I have
So I'm
none,
gonna
but I'll
bring
think
the-
of one.
I'll bring the bat idea that I had in here.
Keep it strictly to animals.
Exactly.
Going back to the monkey. All right.
I'm gonna do the screaming toff thing with the bat.
I actually see through echolocation. I got a pretty good look at you there.
The poor person stood in front of them, just like leaning back and turning their head slightly, like, oh, I'm getting spit on my face.
Oh my word.
Ah, my Lanta.
Yes, the door is opened. You get the waft like home for Tavish. And she gestures and goes once down the stairs there's only one way to go. Who's that sound out? Hold on 1 second. I think there was a knock at the door, and I am the only adult home, so I gotta go see what it is.
Oof.
Hooray for adulting. Yay. So we speed run into a new character then, or?
All right, let's go, boys. Let's split the party just like we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
We'll die like heathens.
We will
As
die as we lived. Stupidly.
Hey, speak for yourself.
I am.
The
Good.
only living person to tell a tale. You You just recruit a
Poppy-
bunch of college kids to help you wake the gods up.
I was literally thinking about doing that for Ugasa's. I was like, how about we set up a school trip?
All right, class. Follow
Set up-
me.
Follow the horse.
Set up a job board. It's like, do you want to help waking up a god? Please come meet up at this place.
You have no idea how accurate that is for what I was planning.
Good lord.
Earn college credits.
See, but I don't know why, but I think of this. I see Poppyseed doing this.
Yeah.
Hello, fellow kids. How do you do?
How do you do, fellow children?
I mean, you're not wrong. He's like early 50s, so...
Jesus Christ.
Old.
Okay, who let the 50-year-old around kids?
Oh my
Okay,
god. Boomer.
Boomer. Fucking boomer.
Brings up anything ever. Okay, boomer. You're giving us cursed information. We're gonna waste this. Just ruin you. You no longer have any pull on this ship, horse boy. Horse boomer.
Hans Boomer.
Hans
Get with the
Boomer.
times, old man. The future is now.
How many times do we
Welcome
have
back.
to teach you
Oh
a
my
lesson, old
God.
man?
This has been your regularly scheduled intermission. I forgot one of our neighborhood kids could knock on the door like a fucking grown-ass adult man.
Punch him.
And they wanted to play with the child, but the child has a cold right now, so...
No.
No.
Not allowed. Go back to the
Denied.
depths from whence
I
you
was about to
came,
say
child.
denied.
Denied.
Access denied.
Fuck off.
That was great.
That was so goddamn quiet too. Jesus.
Oh, it was like the TikTok sound I saw the other day. It was, I can show you the world. And then there's just a little voice in the background. Your bank balance is $2.35. I can show you my driveway. That little voice just reminded me of that then, and I don't know why.
Bazing.
So yes, you were all told to, hey, go down the stairs, but in a polite manner.
So nice.
Well, hi ho, down the stairs we go.
Who's going first?
Wait, what? There's high hose down there?
Who's
If
turtle
we're lucky,
surfing?
yeah.
Who's turtle surfing? I'm waiting to see if the turtles go first, so there's a possibility.
Nah, you're not turtle enough for the Turtle Club.
Wah.
Turtle. Yeah, who's going down the stairs first? Who's on first?
Fuck it, we ball. Smells like home.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep. I'll follow second.
He's got the fucking halberd like
I'll
above his
go
head, just like
third.
pop, 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 down the staircase. Stupid
I
fucking
can
curve keeps
picture
going to the
that.
left, God damn it. Stupid fucking sleepy gods and their temples downstairs. Fucking.
It's a good thing Poppyseed's not there.
Yeah.
Oh
Just picture-
god!
Horses don't do good with stairs.
That
Imagine
just brings
someone
me flash.
throwing
Specs.
A bag of coconut shells down the stairs. That's about the sound I picture. And there's a thud.
Speaking of
Poppyseed would
stairs,
take.
Poppyseed would have been having a time at the school. There were definitely stairs.
All the cool kids float up and down them anyways.
It's just like, just 1 second, Marilyn. I'll be right there.
Shaking ankles. Holding onto the handrail for life.
Just the you hear the clip clop sob, clip clop sob.
My poor hoofies.
Big summer blowout.
Really hot, suck my dick in the salsa dip. Oh, fuck off, Bruce there.
The ADHD has got us all tonight.
It does.
Fuck it, we ball.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not the up the stairs that's the big. It's the down the stairs that's harder.
But what goes up must come down.
Just jump down. Just like jump from the top, and then just do featherfall.
For those of you going down the stairs, they are a bit slippery. So I do need a little bit of a deck save.
Oh no.
Can I see it?
Thank
Can I see
fucking
how slippery
God.
it is?
That's a 25.
Nice.
Can I just dig the claws of my feet into the ground?
Toes. Crunchy toes.
See, you using more claw, less pad. You have an advantage.
I would
Toes.
23.
I would fare miserably because I am lactose.
God
I didn't know
damn
you
it.
couldn't have milk.
Rockfall and Poppyseed dies too.
There you go.
16.
Milk and cookies would kill him.
Also a 16.
We throw him in the well.
Nice.
We just don't fish him out.
He just think
That's a 14 from Chou.
I just realized. I really hope no one up top falls down because we're all just going in.
No one like horrifically failed. Cho, there are definitely a few steps where you do that like couple step stumble and like catch yourself sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, nothing horrendous.
You know what's going to happen after that, after the stumbling, don't you?
What?
Where is
No.
Where is it?
Oh my god, I almost died!
better than what I thought. Okay.
I thought the nervous toot flute might go off.
I thought he was
Yay.
gonna like jostle a toot out of his ass when he hits the fucking step that's further down than he thought it was. Just,
Don't give me ideas.
He's spooky tooted.
Who's behind me?
Not me. Thank God.
Who's behind me? Make a con save. Man, my mouth is open at everything.
Oh god.
Kari is at
for free.
Kari's at fluffy height.
Oh no.
Kari's at chemical warfare height. So he's Tavish.
Remember, stink rises. We're all at chemical warfare height.
You know what they say? It's never a crime the first time.
just
I'm gonna-
pink eye.
Chou
I'm gonna
out
put the
here
cat
committing
under her
war
nose.
crimes.
They call
Remember, folks,
me
this is the
Mr.
Geneva
Geneva
Suggestion.
Convention.
Get
They
ready.
named it after me.
Chou's just like, get ready for the mustard gas.
Oh no, he's eating mustard. Oh no. Oh, we killed him.
Oh, fucking Jesus.
Dull thud. Head hits the ground.
Incoming!
Hello, child.
I'll have you know I'm in my 40s. I am not a child.
You're in your 40s, that's for fucking certain.
Right, I'm waiting. I'm going to stand right next to Tavish and just let one rip now when we get to the bottom of the stairs.
No. No, my eyes. I need those to see.
Aren't you immune to poison damage?
Hold on. Oh yeah, no, yeah, we're good.
Poison and caustic warfare are
Doesn't
two
mean it
very
won't
different things.
sting still.
It just farts. He's like, smells like home.
Swamp
Swamp
ass.
gas. Yeah.
Womp womp.
Is that sound your ass to make?
Can do.
Womp womp.
I think I just heard swamp ass and swamp gas at the same time.
Yeah.
Swamp
Little
ass gas.
Little column B.
Hey, you leave my swamp ass gas alone.
As long as you keep it away from my fucking face, we're fine.
No.
Chou's gonna give the entire
Plug
party
your ass.
fucking pink eye.
Now, does the gas have pulp or not? Is the real question.
I hope the fuck not. For the sake of this man's shorts.
I swear for the love of all that is holy.
This is why it's
In
18
this
plus
world.
12. We keep talking about farts.
We're adults, I swear.
Yeah. I owned a house. I bought and sold a house.
Man, living my fucking dreams over here.
Living in the basement.
Oh, I wish I could buy a house.
I wish I could buy some land so I could build a house. Fuck.
Same.
Or that. Like that would work too.
I wish I could even come close to having enough money to even just dream of that.
Yeah, that's
One
kind of
day.
Live at home
Where
and
we're
don't
at.
have any bills until you're 20 something and always save money.
Guys, if
Working
you
on
work
homes.
really hard, you too can have what I have.
It's not even working
Fuck
hard.
all.
I was just depressed and didn't spend money on
Who's
myself.
debt?
And just stop having morning coffees. You'll have it in no time.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Don't forget to have a cow toast.
just stop eating. Eating's your
Just
biggest
save money.
expense.
Yeah, you
No,
learn how to
groceries.
Save money.
Yeah.
learn how to photosynthesize.
Live fresh. Walmart.
Live fresh.
I like how that's what you heard. You didn't hear me say eat your dog.
I did
Save
not.
money, eat your dog.
Hey, I would eat a person before I ate my dog. I care about my dog more than I care about the average person.
I don't know what dog tastes like, but I know that we taste like pig, and that's good enough for me.
Hey,
Long
I'll have you
before.
know, last time I was in Canada, I was eating person every night of the week.
Give me some of that.
Listen.
I need an adult that's not him.
Oh my god.
Points
Say
Malty. Make him
no.
stop. Make him go away.
Pork isn't half bad.
Malty was porking.
Oh, certainly doing that.
I need to not listen to this anymore. Eh.
Hey, Poppyseed!
Hey,
What
yo.
are you doing right now, my guy?
I was trying to research what the fuck these sigils can do.
Oh yeah, you were trying to figure out.
I was figuring out these here 6 sigils that I got.
I drew a very very shitty for shell placements. I used just 2D shapes off of fucking paint on the computer.
Listen, I'll take what I can get.
So pretend those spots have magical sigils on them, or pretend those are the magical sigils. I don't care. Um
Ah, okay. Well, then I think Poppyseed would assume that the placement of the sigils are where they would have to be placed within the teleportation circle.
That is spicy nuggets. I do not want the spicy nuggets. Spicy nuggets are not mine. It was past food.
Or
I have to find what food is mine. Um,
or how far away from the inner shell they are. Because they seem to follow that spiral pattern. Uh. Hmm. Marilyn, I have a question.
she looks, she gives you a nod and goes, yes?
If I was to put these sigils onto a teleportation circle, uh, would you be willing to come with me? Perhaps.
Um, I I would need to tell a couple people that I'm testing a new sigil design. Um, in case I'm away for more than, well, you know what happened last time. I was away for a few days, like a couple days, because, well, accidentally teleported to you.
Right. And,
So,
well, follow up question. If you are approved, perhaps this would be a wonderful chance for your students to possibly take a field trip.
well, I would want to see where it goes first. and then use it again later, if that's what you are meaning.
Yes. Because, as I have explained before, the rest of the group that I've been traveling with is disallowed from going to venture to attempt to wake up Ugas and Zedia.
Yes. Which is unfortunate.
It was.
If you would like, I could take us to my classroom, which has a back room area big enough for the drawing of like the circle and everything with the sigils. And you could start on that. Well, I let a couple people know, as well as check in on Laurel and my associates that she's with, to make sure she's well taken care of as well.
Right. Question for the DM. Does this pattern line up with the other teleportation circle that I know?
Which other one do you know? I don't remember now.
The
I'm blanking.
the special blown up place.
Special blown up place?
The old
I have a smooth brain tonight, man.
the old vampire hangout or whatever it was.
Oh, no.
Okay.
These do not.
Okay. Then, yeah, Poppyseed will follow Marilyn to her classroom and start drawing out the circle that would start with. It'll be the.
I just read that. Snail puzzles. Snuzzles.
Snuzzles.
I love it. 10 out of 10. You get the gold star. Make me an Arcana check.
Okay. That is a it's a 20, but it had some work done.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Whoa. Gasuta.
Those were violent. I was foolish and thought, hey, it doesn't seem like the allergies have been as bad these past few days. Maybe today I can just take one instead of two.
And it said no.
I was wrong. And tomorrow I'm taking two. You get everything set up, and Marilyn ends up making her way back. Hello, Honey Bunch. I have lemonade. Yummy. I have been gifted a drink. Straw. She has a backpack. And she not just she has one for herself and another one that she holds out to you, and she was, I wasn't sure what you would have on you, and we don't necessarily know where this goes. So I grabbed a few things, mostly food from the kitchen.
Ah. Okay.
Just in case.
Right. Well, I mean, if it doesn't work out, I mean, we can always teleport back here after a little bit.
True, but I guess I'm a little paranoid because of what happened last time. I mean, good things came of it, but still, accidentally teleporting into the middle of nowhere teaches you to not teleport without some sort of go bag. Is it all set?
It should be.
Well, then I am ready if you are.
Alright. Then, Poppyseed will cast Teleportation Circle for these.
You both are done did teleported, and you end up it seems wrong visually but feels right gravitationally. In stalactites are the ones on the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they stick tight to the
Oh,
ceiling.
good night, Goober.
Yo, yo, yo.
The floor that you guys are on, again, floor is being used loosely because it's just what you're standing on. Is like littered with stalactites, and I'm calling them that because the ceiling, though it appears to be like that should be the floor, has water that is flowing, um but it's not dripping onto you guys in any way. It's it seems to have some like ethereal glow to it. And occasionally you do see some schools of teeny tiny fishies kind of zip around. And there is on call it more like the size of a canal sort of thing. On either side it's like a mossy bank that's like it looks like soft bluish green moss. But again, that's you look up to see that. But to the brain, it looks like that should be the floor, the ground. But you are on the up, and you're not falling. With that, as you would like.
Um. Is there any sort of pathway on the ceiling or the not ceiling?
You can see that it's not too horribly far away, but there is some distance before the water flows through an archway. The and that's on basically like either side ends up flowing through, and you can tell that there is a bend after that archway. You can't just see down farther and farther. It does look like it bends after a little bit.
Okay, well, since I see water and I'm paranoid, I'm gonna ritually cast water breathing, um, specifically for Marilyn, because I don't have to breathe.
Oh yeah, I forgot you didn't have to breathe.
Yep. I mean, I'll put it on myself, but just so that she at least has it. And then I guess go through the archway.
I'm now imagining you don't have to breathe, but you forget that you don't have to breathe, so you breathe, but you're underwater, so you fucking suffocate because you accidentally breathed when you weren't supposed to breathe, and now your lungs are full of water, but you didn't have the spell on.
Right.
That would be the shittiest way to go. Worst scenario.
Worst.
The only stone ever known to drown. With you turning to stone, does that make Marilyn a rock hopper?
Depends if Marilyn wants a ride for not or not. I'll just be like, here, climb up. up on the haunts.
You are taking that far too cleanly.
This is Poppyseed we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was talking to Zay, not Poppyseed.
I know exactly what I said.
As you make your way to the archway, Marilyn is there is a lot of thinking out loud. It's soft. And the quiet thinking out loud. But there's also not too much sound going on in the area, so you can hear it clear as day. And it's just theory after theory on like why are we up here? Like why is this like this? Why does the why isn't the water falling on us? Why aren't we falling in the water? I wonder if this, that, or the other. And eventually, as you guys are walking around, she ends up like breaking off a small bit of a stalactite and just letting it go, and it does falls up or down, depending on how you want to picture things. It falls into the water. Falls into the up. And you notice that baffles her even more. Because then why aren't the two of you falling? And there are. She's just prattling on.
I think Poppyseed is just he's just listening and he's like, well, perhaps. I mean, I don't want to test it, but maybe just jumping in the air will reverse the gravity on us if you're not attached to the or touching the floor.
There's a solid moment where you can tell she's genuinely contemplating it. But then she shakes her head and continues on towards the archway that you guys were going through.
Mm-hmm. Is there
And
any sigils or markings on the archway?
they're not on the side that you guys are on, but as you go through into this like tunnel way, along the walls, almost as if someone was writing on them and scrolling on them from like floating down the water, so to speak, like that arm reach of height. It's just scrolling and scrolling of extreme the most random tidbits of information that you have ever seen. Some of it referencing things that like you've never heard of. There's also magical sigils and signs and like in some places like the start of how a spell works, and then it's like scribbled out with the words in like a bolder print wrong written over it. Um
I don't know if we should be concerned with that or not. Somebody was obviously here.
no, it was obviously but this is what did that professor say? Stream of consciousness? I think it's what that lecture was about. Where anything and everything that just pops into mind, like you blurt it out or write it down, no matter what it is or what it has to do with, just in that moment. It was an interesting lecture. This reminds me of that.
Um, Poppyseed is going to put on the ear cuff that is meant for contacting Randall and Mariah. The two up and comers that
Yep.
what's his name? Squiggle Spring was
Alright, Arlos.
training. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Poppyseed is just like, hello? Does this work? Is anybody on?
There is a gasp and a, oh my gosh, you're using it. How can we help?
Well, I'm on the trail of Ugasis. I'm just wondering if you can look up more information on the stream of consciousness.
Well, we can look that up. Look that up in pertaining to him, or just that to begin with.
Both.
Um,
We're going to continue walking.
there.
You can just contact me back when you have information to tell me.
Oh, all right. I wasn't sure if you were going to wait on hold, so to speak, or not. We will be right on that and contact you when we've got something.
Okay. And then, I guess continue walking, see what else is in here.
As you continue going. You end up coming to a door that is a circular door that has a spiral. Um, and do. No, that's do. Oh jeez, almost knocked over my cup. As you get closer to the door, the spiral itself begins to swirl, and as it swirls, there is a few almost like spots that flicker a little bit until these letters start to flow in, and the words that come up are do you think you're smart enough to proceed?
Poppyseed just looks at Marilyn and he's just like, yes.
And yeah, she looks at Poppyseed and looks at the door and nods and goes, "This will be interesting." Yes. And the first thing that pops up is how can you drop a raw egg on a concrete floor without cracking it?
By dropping it from a millimeter in height?
There is a moment where everything is almost still, and like the question itself, it begins swirling, and you see the words where that may be true. It was not what we had. It was. It's not what was had in mind. However, it amuses enough, and you hear a little click as the door opens.
Just shrugs at Marilyn and opens the shell.
um, as you open the door and go through this room, or the area, the floors themselves corkscrew, like swirl. um it's not a like solid corner where anything meets. It is just a swirl. um and you notice as you're walking, um you end up just fine sometimes on the wall, so to speak. Sometimes on the floor, sometimes on the ceiling. You can only tell orientation by the doorway that was open. Um, Based on what you see through it. Um, and it also, it seems like things are getting smaller, but nothing's getting any tighter on you. Um, it just almost seems like everything's getting smaller and smaller. Um, and to almost have the illusion where, like, even Marilyn mentions it at some point on whether or not um you and her happen to be shrinking or not. Um when you get to the end, there is the plainest looking door you have ever seen.
A door. I knock on it with a hoof.
You knock on it with a hoof, and there is no reply.
Ever since they got zapped by a door, now I'm nervous. Fireball. No. Let's see here. I guess make an attempt to open the door just normally.
Yeah, you're able to open the door.
My mouse died.
Oh no. And no, it's just a door. I just like scaring you guys with doors. Because some of you are paranoid of doors. It's great.
A little bit paranoid, but I am boldly stupid.
Yep. Inside this room that you open this door up to, it's the way it appears to you is you're basically like the equivalent of the size of a mouse and in a library. But this is not a well-kept library. This is a library where, yeah, the shelves are still covered in books, but also there's just stacks of books and scrolls littering the floors. It is very dusty. And make me a snappy check. Or what's your passive?
Oh boy. Come on. My passive is 11.
Okay.
So yeah, make the perception check.
Yeah, make a snappy check.
Alright, here we go. +1 roll. That's a 5.
Oh. Well, never mind.
Yeah, no. It's a library. Nothing can go wrong in a library.
Oh, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing will go wrong in here.
Nope. So, feeling safe, Poppyseed will walk in.
Um, you walk in, and immediately there is a group of books almost like it's almost like these books are the baby books of the adult books. And they begin fluttering around you incessantly, almost like kind of like being surrounded by a flock of birds that are just nagging at you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are they uh are they like aiming to harm? Or are they just being a nuisance?
They are being a nuisance.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna scoop up Marilyn and then try and bolt away from these books.
How fast do those clippy clop?
My movement speed is 40 feet.
Alright, so you clippy clop fairly decently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you bolt off, a few of them take chase, but they end up fairly quickly giving up. Like, this ain't worth it. Like, sort of vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And you end up just deeper in the library.
Well, I've never had quite a welcome to a library like that before. I'm usually quite welcomed.
Because I've never really been to a library where the books did anything.
True. Perhaps we find a main desk? Maybe there's a librarian here.
Wouldn't hurt.
I guess try walking around and
You
finding a desk.
want to make me a specific roll where you're looking around to find things?
Yeah, sure. What role would that be, Croven? You tell me.
You know damn well what roll you need to roll.
Yeah, okay. Well, 6. My dice are doubling down for me tonight again.
They really are. You you just can't seem to find the right direction to the to any sort of front desk. And yeah, this library, this study of sorts, huge area with plethora of knowledge. Just keep seeming to be endless as you keep clopping around.
Now, I don't normally want to shout in a library, but I feel like we don't have another choice. Unless, how much space is there between the ceiling and the top of the bookshelves?
I mean, you could fit.
Well, if Marilyn is riding me, then I will cast Fly on myself to get to the top. To have a better vantage point.
Roll with advantage this time.
13. 13.
Gosh, your dice do hate you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you find you find God, I breathed wrong. There we go. I'm not dying anymore. You find a front desk area.
Is there anybody there?
Nope.
Is there a bell?
Yep.
Ooh. He taps the bell once.
As he taps the bell once, there is a almost like a magic burst. Not one that actually like moves anything or pushes anything. But one that just flows through everything. Along with the sound of the ding from the bell. And you hear a at this point, because you're now like listening and looking around, after the bell is rung, there is a cut off like startled like snore, and then a little bit of shuffling before the snoring picks back up again.
Hello?
The honk shoes persist.
Oh, I don't really want to be a bother. He's gonna tap the bell again.
There is another cut off, snort, snore. And then the oh so recognizable sound of someone groaning when they stretch first thing in the morning, sort of thing.
Yep.
Everybody does it. You can't tell me you don't. You're lying if you do. Uh, um, and you hear they clearly grumbling to themselves. Um, and it's like that grumbling to self, but not realizing exactly how loud you're actually being, because you don't have the self awareness of your own projection. Um, and it's just waking up someone's beauty sleep. You know, isn't it even? Isn't it still just the morning? I feel like I just went to bed. Not long enough. Not slept long enough. Still tired. Do I need? Do I just go back to sleep? But they're here. How do people get here? No one gets here without me. When people do get here without me. But strange ways, weird ways, special ways, upside down ways. And as this person comes into view, you see a very blue and violet in color, excruciatingly small, individual walking down the hall, leaving a trail behind them. In this case, it's a very, very bubbly trail. It just so happens that he makes a lot of bubbles with his mucus when he's annoyed and disheveled. There is his skin flesh, if you will, is a blue and violet tones, and the shell on his back, a very like glittery, glistening blue.
Is this Ugasis?
And as he's walking out, he waves a hand and goes, what do you want? What do you want? What do you need? I was sleeping, and now I'm not sleeping. So what? What?
Just looks at Marilyn like, the fuck? Uh, are you Ugasis?
Ugasis. That is a familiar name. Yes, that is me. Sorry, hello, hi. Sometimes one forgets their own name. So many names floating around in this mind that sometimes, I forget which one actually belongs to me occasionally.
Ah, um, are you aware of the issues that are happening on Dremura?
Well, there was a ton of issues. There was a war of issues. That should be over now, though. I think.
It it is, but there seems to be more of a magical depletion issue now.
Magical, but the magic. The weave isn't broken. The weave doesn't break.
It it would appear that perhaps without your presence on Dremura, uh, the connection is slowly dying. And he like gestures to Marilyn like you have seen um the student situation that the ones born with a connection to the weave has been slowly dwindling.
She gives a nod. Just gets the so few actually born into magic now. Um, it's been quite sad, honestly. Um, those willing to be taught less and less. Since it does take a lot of studying, and sometimes it's a lot of studying for nothing at this point. Um, and as both of you were talking, he is like steadily adjusting his size. Um, until you guys are like, you and him are now face to face.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks kind of as she's talking, he looks at him, looks at you, looks at himself, and then shrinks just a little bit, and then nods. Like, yeah, this seems right.
and and magical items have been losing their properties as well.
So the muchness is gone.
Yes. I do have an example here if you need one as evidence.
Evidence is appreciated, though not needed. I just kind of have to um boot up, open the mind, but not too open, but not too closed as to be closed-minded. So much to think about at once, but not too much to make one not focus, if focusing correctly. So much going on cosmically. Is the drain is clogged. The drain is clogged. That's why you're having an issue.
Okay. How can we unclog it?
You just follow the flow.
In the stream of consciousness?
It's not a stream of consciousness. That's a different stream. That's in here. He guy points to his head. And sometimes there and over there. And he starts pointing to different areas in this room where the shelves are drawn on, the wall is drawn on, book covers themselves are like drawn or written on. He's like sometimes there and over there and there. He points up, and there's just scrawling on certain parts of the ceiling. You know, sometimes it's gotta get out right then. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just gonna pop. And it wouldn't be good if I just went pop.
No, it would not. Are you also aware that your brothers and sisters are also sleeping or not active in the world of Dremura?
Because, well, if I was sleeping and they were sleeping, and then no one's been watching, and you're still alive. Huh. I need to tell Sinra. I'm sorry. I've lost a bet.
Oh.
Where's the book I owe her now? One of his eyes just starts looking around the room when the other one is still focused on you.
We did manage to wake up Otrix, though.
There's Amma with the eyeball that was looking around, just pauses. And then both of them focus on you. And he goes, "You woke up the dumb one first?"
Uh, take a pause, as he was the easiest to get to.
Okay, that's fair.
Come to think of it, and Poppyseed just facepalms. Oh, we also had to unclog something there as well. Can you show us where this clog is? Or point us in the right direction?
Did you take a swim at all on your way here?
No, we were on the ceiling.
It does that sometimes.
So we would have to go back and go into that stream.
That stream happens to be magic. Bet you didn't know that.
I do now. So
It.
oh, go
So
on.
go find where it's clogged.
Just looks at Marilyn and you want to go unclog a magic stream?
Gives a shrug and just goes, well, I guess it's a good thing I know how to swim.
Poppyseed freezes. Is it a problem if you can't swim and you just sink?
There's a few hand gestures as he's like thinking, where he goes to say something but then doesn't, and the hands still kind of do a little bit of a flaily flail. And then he ends up going with, yes, and you can only sink so far before the sinking is going to stop because the floating will start. It's the control that you should be worried about. Because when the sinking stops and the floating starts, if you don't stop the downward trajectory, someone died. I heard a boop boop.
Not me. I'm still here.
Gar died. If you don't stop your trajectory downwards with the sinking, you'll just start floating with the stars? Do you like space?
I've never been, but I really don't intend to. However, I can't stop the sinking, is the issue.
Just walk next to the water then. Or above it. You said you came in on the ceiling, so you could just follow it that way.
I truly hope that's possible. Okay. Well, I guess we go back to the stream then.
He gives you a nod, like, yep, that's what you're supposed to do. And then he begins walking off. You hear him mutter, now where's that book again?
Well, Marilyn. Let's go.
As you head back, we are gonna pan back to the stair crew. That's
Quit talking shit.
All right, everybody roll a Constitution save.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Chou farted down the stairs.
No, I fell down
Yeah.
the stairs.
Oh, there it goes.
Same.
Ooh, ba, ba, ee, da, da, ooh, da, da, ah.
I can hold my breath for an hour.
I've eaten a lot of bamboo.
It's just a little ass gassy. Little mossy, little assy. Do any of you have dark vision?
Nope.
Yes, to 60 feet.
Nice.
I have with my goggles.
Because I definitely forgot to ask that when you guys were heading down. Because there's definitely nothing lit down there. So someone is gonna have to light something.
I'm going to use
Or
produce flame. A flickering flame appears in my hand.
there you go. The area in question down here is a fairly large. It is a long and narrow natural cavern. That only a couple things were added to. There is a natural spring in here. There is a clear like altar area. There are spots where one could um rest, as well as a um area that's very clearly made for safely cooking without choking yourself out with smoke and whatnot. Or without catching anything on fire. Though you can't tell, it would be fairly hard to catch much on fire down here, as everything is just a little moist. It's a little damp down here. Um. Um. What would you like to explore or look into?
Well, the first thing, find somewhere there where we can generate light without me having to use this cantrip all the time, like torches, stuff like that.
There are a couple, like lanterns that can be used.
We'll use produce flame to go around and light a load of them. Or light all the ones I can find. So we can all see down here. That's what I'm doing to start with. Don't know what the others are doing.
What's Turtle, Frog, and Dino doing? Frog's having a piss break. Oh yeah, I see the BRB now. Oh, you're good. You're good.
This is to look, right? Are you
Yep.
able to see?
Sure. You're able
Yeah.
to see.
If you would put on your goggles.
Oh man, there's dark down here. Cat can't see
Chou
shit.
did.
It's still dark.
Oh no, Chou did light a couple of lanterns,
Okay.
so you can do the seeing. But what would you like to be the doing now that you are the down?
Looking for anything that might help, I guess.
I want to touch all the slimy stuff.
You
Froggy hands all over it.
froggy hands are going everywhere.
Yup.
Um,
I'm taking a lantern. Yoink. you take a lantern and begin sticking your froggy hands on everything. For one thing, you get a little homesick. There are definitely some familiar mossy feels.
Oh.
Um, Slams face into moss.
Oh, reminds me of home.
Roll me a deck save.
Okay. Be kind to me, dice.
It'll be funny. Either
18.
way. 18. Nice. When you slam your face into moss, as you kind of do like the slam and like rub face in moss, you also find that you are like one pace to the side of like slamming yourself through an archway that you couldn't see because of the thick moss.
I'm gonna try and kick the moss through the archway. See if I can open it up.
Yeah, you kick the moss and some of it like wibble wobbles, and there are a couple clumps that like fall down.
Well, everyone, I found a thing.
Okay.
Nods, runs into the archway. There he goes.
He's off like a speedy froggo. Frog. There's just plop 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 plop.
Receding plapping sounds.
Do you
Hang on,
think
getting
we should-
quieter.
Do you think we should give him some alone time in there?
I think that's just how he sounds.
I thought you might have been doing something else. Thank God for that. Could you imagine we found Cinder in there? It's no, we won't finish that thought.
Get froggy with Mother Nature.
This is how you find me fucking the plant goddess. It's like, yeah, guys, I found her. She was awake the whole time. Just like you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Kind of.
the god of knowledge and the person who's there, who's meant to be smart, doesn't ask about the other gods.
I am playing my cards close to the chest, you motherfucker.
You just want
He's
to
just flat
screw
chested.
You know what? Maybe I won't even ask. I'll have us do it the hard way. Fuck you.
Every way is the hard way, because you're made of rocks.
Yep.
Oh my bird.
Just for that, I'm not asking.
You can't. You've already fucking left.
I can go back. I know how to get there.
You've killed it.
So okay, follow him into the.
What is beyond the archway?
Beyond the arch. As you plip-a-plap your way through and around, you enter into this smaller area that the first thing you notice is someone kneeling at the feet of a statue. This statue being a very, very intricate, highly detailed carving of Cinera out of the natural stone that's down there. The other thing would be yeah, as you were getting closer, you would have noticed it getting like a little warmer. But after you like get into this room itself, for how many candles that are lit, it's warm in here. Candles do put off some good heat. And it's warm. The person who is there, you're not certain why they haven't acknowledged your existence, but your existence has not been acknowledged.
That's suspicious. I'm waiting for the rest of the group for a second or two. Just like wait at the archway for the first person to introduce. Like, you see the shape? Not just me, right?
I disassociated hard then. What happened?
There's someone kneeling at a shrine right now, and it just looks sus. And I was like, y'all seeing this shit?
What does the person kneeling look like?
The person kneeling looks like this is wrong. A also green skinned individual. You can tell by the ears that are protruding from just the clothing and the hair. Is from their position from the back. They have a lot of very drapey clothing on. It's very like loose and draped fabric. The hair is incredibly not incredibly long, very long. And not quite white. As it has just a slight greenish hues to it. It is how it looks like. And that is as well as they are the person is wearing what's clearly a like what's the right term? headdress, headband sort of thing. That is horns that are fashioned onto it. The hair's kind of draped around it, so it almost looks like almost looks like the horns could be natural if it weren't for being able to see a little bit of the like headband itself through the hair.
So is this our missing person, or are we just here with some random who's in a deep, dark tomb praying to the goddess?
Yeah.
It's like 2 birds, 1 stone, you know, I'm all for it.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I'm going to call out to him. Astrid? It was Astrid, wasn't it? Or was it Astra?
Oh, you got it right.
Astrid, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You say the name. Like the head picks up for a moment. And then there's a very slow turn, and she looks at the very perplexed look on her face, and then she softly mutters, "Well, this is the strangest way prayers have been answered. I won't question it, but I'll be curious."
Just gives her a small smile and a wave. Hi.
Bow with the head.
As she shifts and turns, there is in fact a dino chicken on her lap.
Oh,
I call it a dino chicken because it's a cockatoo. It's the little guy, baby. It kind of swivels its head around to look at you guys in full chickeny fashion.
All says, thank God Chou isn't afraid of chickens. Yeah.
Um, how can I help you? Who let you down? Who let you down here?
We got shown to the other ritual area, and we found this area off to one side to it.
I was touching moss.
He was. With his
I found-
face.
No, only the one.
It was with his face.
True. But it was only the one.
Still.
I mean, it is very nice, Moss.
It reminds me of home.
We do have a mossy grove that we use for quiet meditation and nap time. It's very comfortable to lay on.
Nice and spongy.
I think, obviously, at the moment, introductions are meant to be in order because this person doesn't know who we are.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I am Chou, High Druid of the Circle of the Phoenix from back my way. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I think Gad kind of he takes his hat off and gives a bow. Captain Gaddradison.
Oh, a captain. Can't say as I've ever met one of those before.
Hi, I'm Kari.
And I'm Tavish.
Well, since one of you said my name, I assume all of you happen to know already that I am Astrid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I assume you're praying to the goddess Sinra to try and get her to return.
I have not, and will not give up on that.
And so you shouldn't. We know a little about what's happened with them. Not just with Sinra, but with the other gods. And we're working on bringing them back. Hence why we're here. What we need to do at the moment is find the way into Sinra's domain, world, where she resides. We have some clues as to a possible entrance, but we've been informed that it's long since been sealed. However, you may hold the key to opening it again.
There are a few sacred places, and I have this theory, though no one will work with me on it yet, to make sure all the spots are properly worshipped at, that if we happen to gather at all of her sacred spaces, that the words may finally get to her. It's the last thing I can think of. You must believe me when I say I have spent my entire life trying everything I can think of to bring her back, to wake her up.
Because memory is a little hazy, it's been a while, out of character, the black dragon woman thingy from Dino area, didn't she say they were actively working to keep him asleep?
Um, she said that she wanted them to stay asleep, that she didn't want them woken up, and that she would actively get in your guys' way if you showed any signs of breaking your contract.
Mm-hmm. I just couldn't remember whether they said they were keeping him, they were intentionally keeping him asleep, or if they were just, trying not to wake him. Couldn't remember.
We're wanting to wake them. She's wanting to give them ZQL.
Mm-hmm. Oh. We're willing to help you if you're willing to help us. We've managed to wake one of the gods. So, I think that kind of stands in our favor, saying that, of us trying to help. Brain is disassociating.
As well, if you are willing to help in the forest, there is a noticeable indent in the ground that is from the time where Sinra and Otrix actually had a little bit of a spat. That area is the only area that grows a very specific flower and it to us is considered a very sacred area.
Mhm.
We need a devoted group, someone who will go there and light the appropriate candles, use the appropriate incense, worship to their best abilities, in hopes that if they're doing that there, um, what? What? That fan? Oh, this. Oh, it's off because of the power died. I forgot about that.
Looking to the others. Yeah, as she's saying this, and when she finishes, be like, I'm sensing a butt.
Is it yours?
No, as in Astrid's telling us what needs to be done, but I think there's going to be a but coming, as in, but we can't do it because of this. Something's going to be there. Hence why they haven't done it. Is what I'm sensing's coming up.
Because they're not as fucking cool as us.
She chuckles and goes, "You're not completely incorrect. Um, because it is a sacred ground, we do tend to follow certain rules of who can go there to do certain things, and where for this I am personally willing to throw all rules aside. Others see that as something that would hamper what we are doing, the possibility of it working, but also not having a group like yourself go keeps it from being reachable. The last time I happened to travel there, I nearly didn't make it back. Um, it was if you feel you need proof of the incident, you can uh, help me adjust my garbs so you can see the scars that run down my back from its claws. Um, a couple of us that traveled with me didn't make it back. They didn't make it back in order to make sure I could. And I'm quite grateful for that, but since that incident, well, no one's traveled there.
What was it that attacked you? Because that obviously would help to know.
It was she kind of pauses for a moment thinking. And she was, it definitely isn't supposed to be here. It was like a dragon without wings. Though not quite as big as some of the dragons you see in ancient texts. Still quite large, but I guess for dragon standards, young. But again, wasn't, it didn't have any wings. It's scratch, his claws. There was something in it that kept it bleeding and made it ache, almost burn for so much longer than any normal cut or scratch or scrape. And its scales well, its whole entire being was almost like a black ichor. Sometimes the light would glint off of it, and it would almost look like it had scales or should have scales, but sometimes it just looked almost like it itself was a shadow. It didn't belong. It doesn't belong.
Right. How do we get to this place then?
She, you say, when you say that with such just straight to the point sort of confidence, she gets a smile, and She reaches a hand out and goes kind of pointing, and she goes, let's head back up and I will get a map and show you right where it is on that.
Okay. Tavish, do you want to stay down here with the moss that you like, or
It's one thing to be down here with the moss, and it's another thing to be down here with the moss alone. I'm coming upstairs too.
okay? There's nothing down here that's going to hurt you, but okay.
Look, I can't see in the dark. It's
That's
spooky.
why I lit the lanterns for you.
They only go so far. There are things that hide in the shadows. Wiggles his eyebrows.
You mean the bullywampus?
I have no idea what that is, but sure.
The bullywampus. It's a thing that travels through the shadows and tends to eat things, generally smaller than it. Anything under 5 foot, it considers lunch.
Oh, Kari, your lunch. Oh, that sucks to be you. Oh, she's already dead.
Bullywampus got her.
Yep.
Such a shame.
What a
Well,
world.
never mind.
Shakes
Oh, well,
fist
never mind.
dramatically. I live another day.
For now, the bullywampus will get you one day.
Leans over and whispers to one of the turtles. I think he's gonna kill me and blame it on the bullywampus.
No.
I'm pretty sure he's fucking with you.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm not under 5 feet.
Points at his legs. At the moment, you only have 2, so you are under 5 feet.
Oh dear God.
Ha 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 ha.
Look, I'm taking the technicalities where I can get it. I'm trying not to get eaten by whatever bullywampus shite.
I'm gonna give the name Bullywampus to my child and just tell them to draw a monster that eats things that are under 5 feet tall, and that is called a Bullywampus, and just let her run with it and see what happens.
Yes.
And if you get into a fight with the bullywampus, guess who's gonna be rolling the dice? And you do not want them to be rolling the dice.
Yeah, didn't that happen in the EHA campaign? We got a little fucked up from that.
Yeah,
We gotta be
Yeah.
It's happened in other campaigns as well.
it has.
Oh, lovely.
It has.
Is your child bloodthirsty?
They have one-shotted a character.
Yep.
Mhm.
It was Rainus,
Specifically-
in fact.
Yeah, I would say specifically Raina.
Oh, well,
No.
round 2.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What?
In hell, it was the minion that rolled for the Hell Minotaur.
Ah.
Yeah.
Double nat 20s.
Mm-hmm.
My child is impressive when it comes to that.
Bloodthirsty.
They got a nat 20
Yep.
on. They got a nat 20 on me too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They got a nat. They tried to get a nat 20 on me, but they didn't. Luckily,
They ran out of steam.
yeah. They stopped within punching distance of my barbarian. It was fun.
With that, however, you guys are led up to where she can get and make a map for you guys. But that is where we will end session for the night, since it is very close to time.
Mm-hmm.
Okie doke.
It is the sleeping.
It is the sleeping time.
No, not for me.
Surprising.
It's 5 to 6. I have to leave the house in 2.5 hours to go to work.
Fine.
Ew. Gross.
Mm-hmm.
Say good night to the stream.
Good night.
Stream chat.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night.
Good night.
Beware.
Beware of the bully wumpus.
Whoa.